Welcome back everyone to the Railroad Challenge, where today we are going to be starting on our terminal for the Western Line. And the first question we have is, what do we build it out of? So far we've been relying heavily on sandstone all the way through because that is the main material available. But here we see some spruce in the area along with some stone. Down that way we have our little Badlands area where I have a good amount of terracotta because I'm expecting to use that. The question though is what color? Wow, one may say with all this cactus here, of course I guess I could make it green. But I don't know, this doesn't feel right because we are still technically in the desert. So it's hard to think of green as a color to use for something like this. Maybe as highlights. And I was thinking perhaps how about reddish to go with the Badlands, because the idea here is that this is where you'll go in order to visit our little Badlands park up there. So we can have that. Maybe a little bit of side decoration which is green. I'm doing this in December, so green and red sounds like a nice combination, right? Right. Now, if that means green and red, that means taking the terracotta and changing its color. Now, I could mine red terracotta down at the Badlands area up there, but I don't want to rip out too much of it at once, simply because I don't want to take too much from where the red is. So instead, I'll most likely just dye this here. That means finding some poppies or the like somewhere out in the open. Hopefully there'll be some out there, right? Let's see. I didn't have to go too far to see my first poppy. I just barely out the desert. So yes, poppies are going to be popping up all over the place. Now, I will need to, of course, get a renewable source of them if I do it that way, but that shouldn't be too difficult because I think I just get some bone meal and they'll start sprouting up like crazy, or at least that's been my experience. I see a lot of dandelions. Very few poppies, though. Yeah. Seems to be a home for dandelion. Ooh. We've got quite a bit of sheep here. That means I actually have a nice source of wool. And here's a poppy field. Yes, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Good thing this thing happens at an 8-to-1 ratio. So I'll just grab a few of these for now. I'll come back later and maybe mass produce some with a little bit of bone meal. We have some llamas if I need some transport. I do need some portable chests, and I think the best way to do it would be to get some llamas. Yes, I've heard of shulker boxes, but you should know by now that I'm not planning on killing a dragon in order to be able to get portable storage devices. So therefore, I'm going to have to settle on either donkeys or on llamas. I decided to grab some bone meal and see. One puppy. Oh, 3 of them. Yeah. That works. Nice and close. I don't have to go too far in order to get that. Maybe gather a dandelion or 3 while I'm at it. Oops. Yeah, don't make the grass larger. Just help me get some flowers. First few were really nice. Then after that, it starts to get stingy on me. Is there a cooldown on producing flowers? Now I get dandelions. Oh, well. There we go. Now, that should give me plenty of poppies for now. Good. Good. And let me clear this out. And then finally, good. That gives me 15 poppies. That should keep me going for a while. Good. Let's make an even 16. And we're settled. Now let's make some red dye. What do I do? Is one each? Yeah, 16 red dye. Good. And the sunsets. That should give us a bit of red terracotta. Red. Well, unfortunately, why won't it just stay on red terracotta when you type in red terracotta? Otherwise, it's watching it. It probably actually, if you type the first time, yeah, it just goes in a circle like that, and eventually you hit the right one. Maybe I should just do it manually. Alright, that's 8 times 8, 64. That gives me a stack of red terracotta. And I only used up half my dye. Okay. Hopefully, maybe I should have looked at what I was having here before I used up all my terracotta there. Now, let's see. There, and there's the red terracotta. There's the regular terracotta. Now some green, and that means cooking up some cactus. Okay, yes, I do have some coal with me. We've been ashamed to bring this out and say, what, coal? Who's got coal? Oh, and in fact, I've got a full stack of coal. There we go. And I've got plenty of cactus. If I could do this without... Actually... Good. Let's actually bring out... Alright, let's get... Might as well do an even 8 simply because of... 7, 8. Now we can cook that up. Use up one bit of that, and then we should have some green, and we'll have something nice to compare it with. While I'm avoiding sandstone, it's possible I could bring some red sandstone into it. So that's another thing to put on our palette here. Be a little contrast with everything. Yeah, I know this is a bit of a brownish area, but we could use that. Maybe throw in some regular sandstone here and there if we wish. I'll just throw that onto the palette section there. And we can get just 1 this time instead of going all out as we did last time. And let's see, just put that there so that we can put this on top easily. Good. Now, I just have to contemplate this to see if I like this. The first thing I need to figure out is exactly where we have the start of this terminal and the end of the right of way. Right here is a very poor spot because we're in the middle of a track change here, so I must do it either before or afterwards. I think afterwards is a bit too tight, so I think right here would be a good spot for this, which means taking out these fence posts that are right here. And I will want to put right here, of course, our traditional protective areas. Oopsie daisy. Protective areas there, so we could go in and out and not worry about trouble. Let's take out that because that's going to be replaced by wall, and I think that will work. Good. And the question is now, how large is the terminal going to be? And B, what exactly do I use as the pattern and for the materials? Let's see. How large is it in this way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Which I guess means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I definitely want it to be longer on this end than on this end, though. So I just don't like the idea of the terminal being there. It just makes it feel so cramped. If this were one of those minor stops, that wouldn't be too much of a problem. But for this stop, I don't want it to feel cramped. I want it to be a little bit more spacious. So we'll have to go out a little bit from here then. Let's start out with a cobblestone base, and hopefully that will give us an idea of how large we want to build this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Give ourselves a little bit of a foundation here. I don't want this to be too large though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's make this our size. Just go all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess we're going to have to cut through my little area there. Coming through, coming through. I'm going to start out with sandstone on the corners. Like that. And then over here we could have a little bit of a transition into the rest of the area with some stairs here. Could I try sandstone stairs on the top everywhere? I wonder how that'll work. Actually, I don't think it'll work on the purest sense, but I think if we could bring this also with stairs, and after that we could then bring up the roof slightly. It'll be a slightly pitched roof, not typical in the desert, but when you consider that we're close to this area here, even though in Minecraft it probably doesn't rain in this section, I suspect it'll be close to the edge where occasional flash rains and the like could be a bit of a problem, so a slight pitching on the roof might not be out of order. Let's see, get some a few more stairs there and see how it really looks. It's not quite done yet, but I do have a half here, and I could at least then have a chance to test how things look on this end, and if they look nice, then I could do the other end. So getting up and down here is a bit of a pain, and it makes me wonder if I should make one of those long treks out, such as I went to the village in the previous episode, and find a jungle and get some bamboo and maybe make some scaffolding. Would it help me in the long term? I think it is time for another journey. Even though I was originally planning on this being a building episode, I think exploring the jungle might be a good idea. I have, after a long trek, finally arrived at the jungle, but you see that we have a rather snowy bit of terrain just on the other side of the river. Don't know how they managed that. But the thing that caught my attention is right here. We have a snowy village, and we also have a cat going up in there. And I've not run into cats before in any of the villages, so this is the first time I ran to a village that has cats in it. Snow villages, they have lanterns for their... Oh, I heard complaints that the bells weren't ringing. Well, that sounds like it's ringing properly. Alright. So maybe they're ringing in these villages, but not in others. And there's some ice houses over here. And our villagers. The villagers dressed up over here. Hello. The villagers are in their new digs. a cleric over here. I had to learn how to identify the various types of villagers now, since they're all dressed differently than they were before. And now we have beds inside their villages. Well, I should have thought of that when I last slept. And inside here we've got a blast furnace over here. They just added functionality to the blast furnace. The blast furnace effectively could cook ores twice as fast as the previous, as a regular furnace. And the smokers are doing meat twice as fast as them. For other things, you still need the old style of furnace for them. The barrels now act as chests, except they don't care about, well, partly it's a decorative purpose because they look more decorative, and B, they don't worry about things on top. So you can put something on top of a barrel and still be able to use it. So that's the advantage of a barrel over a regular one of those. It's a pretty small village over here, I think. Alright. Not much to it, but it is one in here, and if I can get... If I thought about bringing... No, I didn't bring a fishing pole. If I had thought about bringing a fishing pole, maybe I could have gotten some fish and had tried to tame one of the cats that I saw here. Didn't I see a black cat out there when I was first starting on this? But anyway, this is the new type of village. But we came here all this huge long distance not to see this ice village here. In fact, the last thing I expected to be right next to a jungle was an ice village. No, I came here... Oh, good grief! Yeah. Amazing how villagers seem to like to build their homes on top of tenuous locations. Now, what do I need here? I can get vines from anywhere. And of course, there are nemesis to what I can use for the actual railroad. What did I want to get here? Ooh. I had some really nice ideas of something to get. And what was it? Oh yes, bamboo! That's it, bamboo, of course. Now where am I going to find some bamboo? And am I going to find it before a creeper comes next to me? Oh, how about this? There you go. I thought I heard something chewing something around here. Are there pandas around here? Ooh. Well, let's see what's down here. Death. That's what's always down in these places. Creepers. Skeletons. Zombies. All sorts of things like that. There you go. Oh. Coal. Actually, that coal is a good thing to find here because I started on this trip here, and at one point I went and said, oh my goodness gracious, I had no coal on me. Just make sure there are no creepers ready to come and blast me. Just a zombie. I should be able to handle a zombie, right? It's the creeper that's behind the zombie that usually gets me. Yeah. We'll put that there. Mossy cobblestone. That either means that there is a spawner nearby, which is not going to do me much good considering how far it is from my base. Can't refuse iron when I'm going and getting stuff. There you go. And I might as well grab the coal while I'm at it too. But I'm wondering whether the The cobble represents somewhere where we've got a spawner, which, as I said, it's not going to be much good, or if it could be a jungle temple. I have never visited a jungle temple because I so rarely go into jungles. And I don't think I ever recall ever running into a jungle temple while in... Alright, now that I've got some... we could dab that there. Give myself a stack of torches. That's what I was worried about, was that I wasn't going to have any torches and run out of light or something nasty like that, which wouldn't be any good. I left bunches of coal back at base and didn't take any along with me. Alright. Now, where was that? Based on the sound, I think there is a spider spawner there. I think that increases my opinion on the matter. Ah, ouch! Well, ooh, Thorns 3, music disc. Yeah, I can do that. Iron horse armor. Seeing that my horse currently has diamond armor, that's not going to do me much good. In case you want to know, where is my horse? Oh, there's another chest back there. Where is my horse? About halfway down the trek, I ran into an ocean. So I left my horse there, wrote down the coordinates, thankfully, because that would have been really bad if I didn't do that. Hey, quit that! Yeah. Actually, first let's get this up here. Good, that should reduce the number of spiders that are spawned at least. I said, quit that! Right? Just... yeah. Alright, now, quit! Oh, and they're killing themselves because I've got the Thorns 3 on here. Alright. Oh, that's... let's see. Quit that. Ah! How are they doing this? How are they getting me through the wall? Alright, alright. Fine. I'll go in and kill you all then because you are insisting on it. Sheesh. Yeah, there's... because I can't do it from here and you just sneak attack me? Fine, 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 fine. Besides, you guys can't get through that, hey, can you? Fine, now, let's just... oh. Oh, more of you. Good grief. Fine! Get the torches down. Now, will you quit that? I am trying to kill you. Sheesh. Spiders. Now. These guys were annoying. Now, let's see. There you go. Now, what's in here? A bucket? A golden apple? Yeah. Nothing exciting. Now, let's... why don't I grab the chest just for the sake of grabbing the chest? Oh. And I left off. That's why I needed to. No. That's why I needed to use the bed in the village instead of leaving my bed out there because I thought, okay, I better leave the bed out there so if I got killed, I would be able to get back without trouble. The only problem is that now I'm in the middle of a jungle in the night because I wasn't paying attention. No. Alright, there's the village there. Just get me there as fast as possible. And then maybe I can sleep. Somehow I got through that alive, and our cleric there got through there alive, though I don't see any other villagers about. Actually, there's a second ice house up there that I didn't check. Right? Oh! There's more here. Ah, okay. It looks like a nitwit. Yeah, that's a nitwit. So, nothing useful there. What do we have here? Regular furnace. And this. Let's see, because I think, okay, what is this thing? Oh, looks like a shepherd. What's a shepherd doing in the armor? In the, well, white wool and emeralds for shears. Yeah. Well, alright. Nothing special there. And I think that's it for this village. Hopefully things will go better when I leave, that they're not going to be attacked or anything like that. But that is a rather tiny ice village. But that's the new type of village that we have in the more recent snapshots. But that's it for today's episode. When we return next time, I will be back at the terminal with some bamboo. I think I brought some bamboo here, and hopefully that'll help me to get me some scaffolding and that I could use to finish up my building. But until next time, this is Pine Needles ringing out the episode.